Killian against Thor. Inside for Wiseman, a tomahawk jam. Lays it off for a slam for Wiseman.
After 4 games with the Detroit Pistons, James Wiseman is showing why he was a top 3 pick in the 2020 NBA draft. Hey, what's happening everyone? This is Swish. As some of you may already know, Wiseman was sent to the Pistons in his 3rd year after being drafted by the Warriors 2nd overall. At the time he was drafted, Golden State needed a big man, but Steve Kerr had been unable to fit Wiseman in with the team's vision. Notice I said vision instead of goals. The team goal is obviously to win championships, but there's more to winning than just having good players. Yes, Wiseman is a good player, but his skill set didn't exactly match what Steve Kerr would like in his lineup. While Wiseman is well on his way to being an offensive juggernaut with a team offense focused around him, the Warriors were looking for something a little different. The offense is driven primarily around perimeter play and getting our guards open for threes. As you know, in the modern NBA, teams are catching on to the value of shooting the 3 versus a 2, considering the difference in efficiency between the two, especially on a team like Golden State with a number of good shooters. Getting an open look for 3 wins out mathematically. This, however, does cause other problems, although I will not get into those problems in this video. If you've been watching my channel and enjoy the content, don't forget to like the video and then hit that subscribe button. Want to stay updated? Make sure you turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of my new videos when they drop. Alright guys, so let's get into it. What Kerr is looking for is a 7-footer that may be somewhat less talented, but is more focused on defensive assignments, rebounding, and blocking shots. Something of a taller Jared Vanderbilt, and if you've been watching the Lakers as of recent, you'll know how much of an impact Vanderbilt has had on that team. Knowing that Vanderbilt excels as a role player, it becomes clear why Wiseman wasn't going to work. Young players with high ceilings aren't really great candidates as role players. The Warriors would be much better off signing veterans who have experience playing a very specific role in a limited capacity. This is why it was so hard for Kerr to find minutes for Wiseman. Could he have helped the Warriors win if allowed to develop? Perhaps. But the truth is that Steve Kerr wouldn't be the coach to allow Wiseman to realize his potential. Joe Lacob has since come out and said that everyone was on board with drafting James Wiseman. It was during this draft the vision of the two timelines really started to take shape. They knew his potential to be a franchise cornerstone and figured, hey, if he could just provide some basic rim protection and pick up a few things from Looney, the small things, you know, just a little defense, they could groom him to be the player that the team builds around. After 2.5 years, injuries, and not a lot of floor time, the sense of urgency in the Warriors front office forced them to make a tough decision. Player once seen as the potential cornerstone of the team had to be traded in order to acquire assets that the team could use to win now. But that's only one part of the equation. The other part is that James Wiseman's entire career on his current trajectory would be completely derailed if he stayed with Golden State. Every game that went by that he didn't have the ability to participate in was a game that Wiseman didn't get experience that would further his development into becoming the player James Wiseman was supposed to become. The Warriors have a great track record of treating their big men well despite not living up to expectations. They've rehabbed them to full playing status before trading them off to another team. Damian Jones can attest to that as well as Wiseman. So Wiseman's addition to the Pistons roster was strategically placed by the Warriors. After his last showing, he was clearly the most talented player on the floor for the team and has the opportunity to do things with Detroit that he was never going to get the opportunity to do with the Warriors. Due to Duran's injury, Wiseman was able to get the start and he hasn't disappointed thus far. James is currently averaging 13 points and 8 rebounds in just over 23 minutes and only seems to be getting better. In transition, he's more than a handful, and he's either going to get you a basket or draw the foul. He got his first double-double in just his 2nd game with them, and up to this point, his teammates still don't really know how to play with him. Just his presence on the floor serves as a deterrent defensively, and offensively, he opens up the floor for his teammates so they'll take most of the opportunities to drive or try to create for themselves instead of giving the ball to the finisher. You'll see plenty of opportunities where they don't pass him the ball to go to work and get them buckets, but I suspect that will change soon. As soon as he becomes a featured player on this team, James is going to find the success he likely likely envisioned when he was first drafted. His defense is a work in progress, but he's already shown some improvement in that area as well. Once this happens and he's had some time to gel with the team, the Pistons can expect a 20-10 player that can crash the offensive boards and use his length to provide the rim protection only a player of his size can add to a team. As long as he stays healthy, the Pistons lineup of Jaden Ivey, Cade Cunningham, Isaiah Stewart, and James Wiseman will be tough to contend with in the coming years. Thank you for watching today's video. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel for more NBA content. Till next time, swish.